Christian Style is back for another video. You guys might as well just go ahead and hit the like button, share, subscribe, comment, all that jazz before we even get started into it. I'll give you guys a minute to do that. Go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, all of those things, because this is about to be a good one. So, it is the next day after getting the notice of appearance. Now, it's Saturday. That doesn't necessarily mean anything in the court world because there's e-filing and there's all this other kind of stuff. Now, her attorney could e-file something later today, or she could have did it all yesterday when she did the notice of appearance. Now, nothing has come up yet. She didn't even respond to my welcome email. So I sent her a welcome email, like I do all the time, to every lawyer that she has. And I just want to make this even more clear than it already was, that it takes 3 of them against little old me. And that's what's so sad. And I guess it's not all 3 of them all at one time, but it's like the people that she's finding, and that's why the thumbnail has all 3 of the lawyers that she's hired so far. And like I said, I didn't really mention Deborah until yesterday because, you know, she was a separate lawsuit that she tried to file. It had nothing to do with the divorce per se. It had more to do with her trying to paint me as this villainous, scary person that's out to hurt her and my child and stuff. So it was a different type of situation. She's just trying to get the court to believe that she is in danger or somehow, in some sort of imminent danger, by somebody that she wasn't even speaking to at that time, and we weren't even, there was no connection between the 2 of us during that time. So it just, obviously, like I said, it failed miserably. And so now this is shocking to me, to say the very least, because it's kind of like you can't win. No matter what I do, no matter what I say, like, you just can't win. Stupid is as stupid does. So I'm sitting here and I'm reading the documents over, trying to figure out what my next move is going to be, which obviously I'm not going to disclose that until after I do it. But I'm just going over everything and I'm reading everything. And it's like she can't be any stupider. So rather than working together to come to some sort of common ground, which should have happened a long time ago, should have happened before the 720 days of alienation, should have happened way before all of that. Now it's kind of too late for me to kind of give you a slap on the wrist or kind of be like, oh yeah, it's fine that you kept me away from my child for that long. Oh yeah, it's fine. You know, I'm going to work with you to get over this or whatever. Like, that's what she's expecting me to do when there's no way possible. No normal human being would operate that way. No normal human being that I know of would behave that way. But that's what she's expecting. Which, for the life of me, being married to me all this time, I don't understand why she would think that. So, right now, you know, and it's obviously my job to document every little thing, because in the court of law, it helps to have record. And this is why I win, because she doesn't keep record of anything. I keep record of every little thing that happens, every little thing that I file in the court. I keep record of it all for a reason, so that when she says, oh, this never took place, I can say, oh, really, it didn't? And then I have all the evidence. And that's not even just for court. That's just for my life in general. I keep all my text messages. I keep all my emails. I keep everything. Because you never know when a certain thing is going to come up, when it pertains to a human being. Because people lie, people deceive, and because you don't know what someone's true intentions are until they're already doing it, that this is why. So, it is so exhausting. It's beyond exhausting. And I'm sitting there and I'm talking to my witnesses, and we're all in like a huddle last night talking about this. Like, does this make sense to any of you? Like, I know that the judge is probably thinking, what an idiot. You know that all of this stuff could have been avoided. Every last bit of this could have been avoided. With one casual conversation, a lot of this could have been avoided. And that's the part that I'm just not quite understanding. Why is it that you're not trying to fix the problem just by having a normal conversation? You could have had a conversation with me that started and ended with me. None of this could have none of this had to happen this way. So for you to come to your husband and say, well, my family doesn't really care for you, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to divorce because that's what they want me to do. Because I have to be on my mother's lease, and I have to make sure that she doesn't go under, and I have to make sure she has a roof over her head because she can't do it on her own. If we had had that conversation, it would have been different. I wouldn't be attacking you for your decisions, because you wouldn't have been attacking me for no reason. But now I'm having to defend myself every single day because you weren't open and honest about what it was that you actually wanted to do. You strung me along in a marriage that you really had no intentions on keeping, because as soon as the first thing went bad, you're ready to jump ship. That's not what marriage is. That's not what marriage is supposed to be. She gave up on me way before I gave up on her. I just gave up on her a couple weeks ago. I have been down bad this whole time for her. Down for her like 4 flats on a Cadillac this whole time. And she has shown me her ass to kiss for years now at this point. And then has the nerve to tell me that I don't have the right to be mad, angry, upset. No, I have every right to be mad, angry, and upset, and so on and so forth, and so much more. So it's upsetting because one person who has tried, and I think I have tried everything, to keep my family intact, to keep our family unit intact, even the way that I craft the documents. Now, I'm not the nicest person. Nice doesn't get you anywhere in life. I am a good person. Good people aren't always nice people. Nice people don't get the job done. So I'm not the nicest person. I'm just not. And I can admit that. And I'm okay with that. But I am a good person, period, point blank, end of story, dot. Case closed, can't open no more. I am a good person. I am not a nice person. I'm just not. And that is okay. Do I have nice moments? Of course. Don't we all? But I am not, that is not a word that would describe me. I am not nice. Never have been. I am a realistic person. I see things for what they are, not for what somebody wants me to see them as. The only point of view I'm concerned with is my own, because 9 times out of 10, I am always right. It's frustrating, yes, get used to it. But I am always right. So far in this situation, I have been right every step of the way. I'm not saying that I have done everything perfectly, because of course I haven't. There's a lot of anger. There's a lot of upsetting things. There's a lot of depression. There's a lot of things that's going on in this scenario that would pull at me in more ways than one to get a different kind of reaction out of me that I typically wouldn't give. Like on a regular day-to-day basis, I probably wouldn't behave a certain kind of way, but because I'm so heartbroken, my behavior reflects that, and that's perfectly normal. Divorce is already hard as it is. And knowing that my marriage was fine before everybody else stuck their noses in it, this is what I keep going back to. If we would have moved away, like everybody told me to do, like everyone, even my mechanic told me, these problems can be fixed just by packing up and moving away from the family. If y'all move away from the family, you guys won't have any problems. Pick and choose who you answer the phone for, and that solves the issue right there. Every single person in my life has told me that. And I said, do you think I'm so stupid that I hadn't already thought of that? I've already thought of that. So that was my first thing. Let's get the hell out of here. And I was more than on board. But I ended up going to Georgia by myself because she wasn't on board. I cannot force her to do anything that she doesn't want to do. I can't. I just can't. There's nothing in me that would suggest that I have the right or that I'm able to say, well, this is how it's gonna be. Get your ass in the car, let's go. I can't do that because then she's gonna paint me even more like the villain when we get to where we're going. Oh, you made me up and leave my family. You made me do this. You made me do that. And she's already doing that. There's always somewhere for her to toss blame, and it's when she uses my name now. Anything that she tosses blame at, it's got my name attached to it. And that is so painful, and that is so hurtful because she has created this own narrative for herself. She's created this problem. She put herself in the hole. I did not. The only person that I am trying to make sure comes out of this okay is my son. And if that means hurting her in the process, well, so be it. I don't care. The only person that I care about anymore is my son. I am past the point where it matters to me what she feels. I have been past that point because she doesn't give a shit about how I feel. You understand? Toyota made a Crown SUV too. Toyota doing the damn thing. Doesn't that Toyota look nice? Golly. Anyways. So that's how you can tell I don't pay attention to no cars. That's not GM because I didn't even know that existed. Anyways, so my thing is, if you don't care about me, don't expect me to care about you. It's just that simple. If you are okay with everything, like even when I told her that my father was in the hospital and I was unable to make the phone call because I was with my father while he was in the hospital fighting for his life because he has a heart condition, he had a previous heart attack, he has, cardiac issues. So when my dad was rushed to the hospital, I thought that was more important than a 10-minute phone call. So I said I was unable to make my phone call to my son that day for the last couple of days, because my father wasn't in good health. And she said, I don't give a fuck about what you're going through. You don't have to tell me about them. I don't care about them. That's not my family, blah, blah, blah. So she's just a nasty bitch. And she's been like that for the longest time. But then when I do it to her, I'm the worst person in the world. And the worst part about it is she put it in writing, which is not going to fare well in court. And this is where I say, you can't make this shit up. Stupid is as stupid does. Anybody who was trying to hide their intentions, now she's a Virgo. This is what Virgos do. They don't want you to know what their true intentions are until they're already doing it. Virgos try to hide their true character and their true asshole shittiness until they can't hide it anymore. And she's showing her true colors. Her true colors have been out and abroad this entire time. Okay? So and for months, for years now, they have been out. But then on the same hand, it's like, oh, you know, you're the father of my child. I'll always love you. Let's go have sex. What? Like, make it make sense. Because it doesn't. Nothing she does makes sense. So you want people to take you seriously. You want people to what's it called? Represent you and fight your battle for you. You want people to do all these things for you. But in all actuality, you don't follow through with anything that you should be following through with. In fact, you create a situation that is far worse for yourself in the grand scheme of things. When people start asking questions and dig in deeper, then you blame me when you're the one who puts yourself in the position to look stupid. Nobody tells you to do the things that you do. You choose to do them. And then when somebody questions them or calls them out, then you're like, oh, well, you know, y'all don't have a right to question me. Yes, we do. Every single person wants to know what's going on in your head, especially the people that are trying to represent you. All three of these dodo birds are trying to represent someone who, first of all, like I said in the last video, cannot be saved. She just can't. There's no way possible for her to, you know, for anybody at all, even if they all band together, there's no way possible that they could redo what's already been done. If you look at Serena Carroll's reviews, it's a whole bunch of people saying she fucked my case up. She put shit in my case and blah, 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 and she fucked my case up. And now my next lawyer, they don't want to go back and fix what another attorney does. Now, that's all part of the consultation part. I don't know if this woman looks sick and she looks slow. I don't know if this new woman, Pamela, is seeing any of this, okay? I don't think she's seeing these signs. And how I know that is because Akaya seems very normal at first glance. She seems like she's okay until somebody sees her actual behavior and sees messages from her and sees how this all works out. That's why I send the first message the way that I do. I want to make sure that I set the tone so you know that I'm already going to be on the outs with you. Already. There's no way possible I'm going to work with you on anything moving forward, because this is not the place for you to be. I don't think anybody needs to be coming in to help her continue to lie, deceive, and manipulate the court system and or her own son. Because the only person that ends up getting hurt in this equation is him. She thinks that her doing all of this is going to show me something. It's going to get back at me. But in the reality, you're trying to prove a point to someone who doesn't give a fuck about you. When I wake up every day, it's not about you. It's about my son. I don't give a fuck about you. You were just the vessel to get him here. I don't care about you. I don't. Anybody who speaks to me the way she speaks to me, anybody who does what she has done to me, I have no respect for you. I've lost all love for you. I don't care about you anymore. It's not, oh, well, you're always the mother of my child, so I'll always love you. I'm past that point. Because you have shown me your true colors time and time again. A Cancer will forgive and forgive and forgive until they can't anymore. And I'm at that point where there's no way possible that I can forgive anymore. And if I do forgive you, it's for me. And trust me, you'll never know about it. Because I will never look at your way again. I will never say anything to you. I will never listen to anything you say again. You will never receive a text message from me. You will never receive a phone call from me. Right now, what I'm doing, I just prove my point. Every single time I call her or text her or something, there's an ulterior motive behind it, because I'm trying to prove the point that she's nasty, she's bitter, she's not understanding at all. Every family member of mine, even my Georgia family members, have seen it. I've called her and had her on speaker, and she literally showed her true colors to everyone in the room. And a couple of the people were like, is she kidding? Like, is that a joke? Like, does she not realize she's on speaker? And then she hangs up. And I said, no, she's not kidding. She's serious. This is how she treats me on a day-to-day basis. And she does not realize that she's the problem. Or maybe she does realize that she's the problem, and she thinks that she's gonna, find some clever way to get out of people thinking that she's the problem. But in all actuality, there's no angle that you can look at this situation from where you'd be able to come to the conclusion that she's not the problem, or that she doesn't have any issues. She has all the issues. There's no other way to look at it. And she's the kind of person that she would like you to believe, if you look hard enough at the situation and you look at it from her point of view, and that's what she wants you to do, that you will see things the way she sees them. If you're not a healthy person, if you're not a sane person, there's no way possible that you're not gonna see this my way. And I'm just, it's sorry. I don't care how it even sounds. I really don't. If you're fucked up in the head and you've got a few screws loose and the mall is open but ain't nobody in there shopping, then you'll see things from her point of view with no problem, because something's wrong with you. So it's kind of like every single adult is saying the same thing. There's a reason why every adult's saying the same thing. And and you know what? And even my witnesses, they both asked, isn't her mom and her siblings telling her to stop while she's ahead? Like, just stop at this point. Just give up. It's over. Just give up. Like, just give up. And I said, she doesn't have anybody that's telling her to stop or to give up. She doesn't have anybody to tell her that. She's got a mother that's encouraging it. She's got siblings that encourage it, because they're as dumb as she is. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. We're not talking about people who are normal individuals. We're talking about people who are just as sick and have as much clouded judgment as she does. And it's funny, because Renee Jenkins, her mother, even people like her own family members, like one of her Aunt Claudette's, and even they, when I talk to them, they're all like, we always thought Renee was like the weirdest bitch ever. Like, she literally said that. Like, she was always so strange. Like, everybody sees this woman as a weirdo. So there is no, it's just, no. People can see when you have a couple of screws loose. People can tell. People can tell. And so my point is, stupid is as stupid does. There's no going around that. I have just kind of accepted that stupid is as stupid does. And there is no fixing that. There's no going around that ideology. There's nothing I can do to better that. Nothing at all. So I'm just going to accept the things that I cannot control. And that's basically where I'm gonna leave this video. So hit the like button, comment, share, subscribe, all of that. Leave a comment down below about what you think of the situation and what you think I could possibly do better and stuff like that. Even though I'm pretty much have exhausted all of my resources at this point. And, you know, do you see her point of view? Whose side of this do you see more clearly? Who's making more sense in all of this? Because I can guarantee you is you're not going to say her. I already know the answer to that question. But I just want to see a whole comment section flooded with what I already know to be the case. Stay perfectly imperfect, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video.